Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
That is the most frustrating thing in the world for me lately. I don't know what is going on with that camera. It makes me so mad. Good morning, 9:09. Oh, man. I hope your morning started off better than mine. Hey, we got a great show for all of you today, and I hope that you're going to stick around here for it. In a couple of minutes, our State of the Race coverage continues with Martha Pfister. She's running for Ward 2 Alderwoman. She's been on the show about a couple of months ago and filled us in on how things were looking around January, and looking forward to talking with her again. And then right after that, in the about 9:45, 9:50 slot, we're going to be talking to Great Rivers and Routes and getting an update on them and Pride Incorporated on some really cool recognition. And really just a great 9 o'clock hour. Then at the 10 o'clock hour, Lacey McDonald joins us at 10:10 for our weekly history segment. And then at 10:35, we got another great conversation coming down the pipeline as well with SSP in the Grafton Chamber. So I hope you stick around for it for the next 2 hours. But in the meantime, here's what's happening around the Riverbend. Make sure you guys sign up for that daily email update, and you'll never miss out. You can join myself and over 70,000 people that are in the know each and every day of the work weekend on Saturdays with that daily email update. Man, I'm telling you what. Normally, like, my shows start out so hot. Not today. Can't even log into my own my own news site. With that being said, here's what you need to know. You guys saw it yesterday on RiverBender.com, that photo of that dump truck that struck that power pole in Alton on March the 18th. It resulted in significant power outages affecting around 2,800 in Alton, Bethalto, and Cottage Hills and parts of Brighton. The incident occurred around 9:30 in the morning, with the specific location of the strike not immediately available. Ameren, Illinois officials evaluated the situation to ensure safety, and they restored power. Spokesperson Brian Brecht noted the steps that involved securing the site and managing traffic for that area, but that was taken care of yesterday. A devastating head-on collision on U.S. Route 50 in St. Clair County did result in the deaths of 3 individuals, with the crash reported on March the 17th. Emergency responders arrived at the scene, where 2 occupants were found deceased, with a 3rd victim pronounced deceased later at a nearby hospital. The incident occurred west of Clinton County Line Road, leading to the closure of U.S. Route 50 for several hours as investigators worked the site. The roadway, it reopened early on March the 18th. The Illinois State Police are continuing to investigate the circumstances surrounding that tragic event. Also in the news today, a family is facing an unimaginable tragedy following a car accident on the 17th of March. It resulted in the deaths of Ashley Kohler and her 10-year-old son, Jacob. Ashley's 3-year-old daughter, Gracie, is in critical condition at Cardinal Glennon Hospital. She suffered multiple skull fractures and a broken leg. Her aunt, Amanda, has launched a GoFundMe campaign to help cover funeral and medical expenses for this grieving family. Community support has poured in, while many donating and offering condolences as Gracie undergoes treatment. Amanda urges continued prayers for her recovery and the well-being of Ashley's surviving children. Also in the news today, Mike Babcock is preparing to step down from his role as Wood River Town Supervisor, a position that he has held for the past 16 years. Appointed as Madison County Treasurer in 2024, Babcock decided to not seek re-election, aiming to focus on his new full-time role. He reflects on his tenure with pride, highlighting accomplishments such as a 15% budget cut in the first year, a flat tax levy, and the return of $8.5 million to taxpayers. Babcock's commitment has earned his respect among peers, and he believes he's fulfilled his promise to the voters. Also in the news today, Godfrey residents can soon opt to add their addresses to a no-knock list that will prohibit commercial solicitors from visiting their properties. The Village Board of Trustees unanimously approved an ordinance to create this registry. Mayor McCormick announced that when solicitors obtain their permits from Village Hall, they will receive the list of no-knock addresses, which will only include addresses without residents' names. The requirement will specifically target commercial solicitors, exempting non-commercial solicitation efforts as those from the Boy Scouts and religious organizations. A link to a sign-up for the registry will soon be available at the Village's website, and it will be also on their Facebook page. At 9:14, that's what's happening around the Riverbend this morning. Let's take a look at weather. And that wind advisory we were telling you about yesterday has been officially put in place. It started at 10 a.m. this morning. It will begin, and it will run until 7 p.m. this evening. They alerted us at 3:27. Southwest winds 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 55 in portions of south central, southwest Illinois, and central, east central, and southeast Missouri from 10 a.m. again until 7 p.m. The impacts are the gusty winds can blow around some unsecured objects, and also maybe some objects that might have been damaged already from that initial storm that came in just last Friday. Tree limbs and other items could be blown down, and a few power outages may result. Please be mindful of that. Currently right now it's 61 degrees. It still says Gerard Fisher up there. That is so wild to me. Hold on here. Give me some time. It's a Wednesday. We're halfway there. We're halfway there, and my computer and my studio today is just giving me all she's got. You know what I'm saying here? Hey, 61 degrees and it feels like 61 out there. Today, very windy. It's going to be warm with blowing dust, variable clouds, and a couple of showers and a thunderstorm. These storms can bring localized damaging wind gusts again and a chance of hail. Tonight, cloudy, windy, and it's going to drop significantly. There will be a couple of showers and even a chance that we're going to see some snow later on tonight. Air quality today is unhealthy. That's why I'm feeling this way. Wow. 152. For all of you people with allergies out there, it's going to be a rough one. Take a Claritin. Tree levels are low and the UV index is moderate as well. Today, we do have that chance of thunderstorms and temperatures reaching 75 degrees, but they're going to drop 40 degrees as we go overnight to 35 for the low heading into Thursday. On Thursday, a high of 50 and a low of 32 degrees. On Friday, partly sunny skies, a high of 60 and a low of 33 degrees. On Saturday, partly sunny skies, a high of 56 and a low of 52 degrees. On Sunday, we are going to see some rain, a high of 60 and a low of 40 as we start our week on Monday. That's a look at the next 5 days. Here's what's happening now at 9:17. It's 61 degrees. It feels like 61 out there. For time and temperature, call 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. You can also stay up to date in real time all the time by going to RiverBender.com/weather. Hey, while I have you, let me fill you in on OSF Healthcare. No matter what your healthcare needs are, OSF St. Anthony's delivers the highest quality care and support through a wide range of comprehensive programs and services that are all tailored to you. From behavioral and mental health to orthopedics, cancer care, heart health, and more, their highly experienced clinicians use innovative treatments to provide compassionate, convenient care. You know, I've told you that story about my grandma needing that prompt care service, and we just went right on down the road to the OSF Urgent Care, and it was fantastic, and really encourage you to utilize those services. They're truly bringing that comprehensive approach all back into the 618, all right back into our neighborhoods, into our own backyards. Their compassionate team combines innovative treatments with patient-centered care to ensure that you're feeling supported from the moment you arrive to the very moment you leave. You can visit osfhealthcare.org to learn more about their programs and maybe even find a primary care provider near you. Whenever you stop in, just don't forget to tell them that CJ and Riverbender sent you over their way to better your healthcare needs. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with candidate for the second ward, Martha Pfister, right after this on RiverBender.com. But first, downtown Alton.
Try and test that, you finally get served. Love's what I got, don't start a riot. You feel it when the dance gets hot. Love is what I got. I said remember that. Love is what I got. Remember that. Love is what I got.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care?
Would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Carmen and the devil walking side by side. I said, hey, Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go.
Welcome back to Our Daily Show, 922. A little bit of change on this 19th day of March. We're almost there. We are less than 2 weeks away from April the 1st, the consolidated election. Our State of the Race coverage continues with Martha Pfister, candidate for Ward 2 Alderwoman. How are you today?
Good. Thanks for having me again.
Glad to have you back in the studio. And, you know, how are things looking? You were on a couple of, about 2 months ago, and you were feeling pretty good about where things were meeting voters. And where are we at now?
Yeah, I think when I was here in January, it was like I was still climbing over snow just to get in the building. So I have been knocking on doors. I was just looking at my calendar. There's one weekend I was out of town that I didn't since January. That was the only one I missed. So every weekend I've been just Saturday, give some people some time to get up, and then I go pick a street and knock on some doors. So, yeah.
Well, and what have you learned in those couple of months and along the way as you've kind of gotten into your footing with this campaign?
Yeah. I've met a lot of people and been in a lot of different neighborhoods. I think what resonates most with people when I talk about what I want to do, or they look at, I pass out my materials, and when they know what I want to do, they're excited about ward meetings. So people really just want to know what's going on, and they want to be connected to their alderperson. So that's come up a lot. And it's also just been a good opportunity to get in, learn every street. I knew the parameters, but to get in the neighborhoods and see what's there.
Well, and when you're knocking on those doors, what have the conversations been like? What are some of their top of mind priorities in Ward 2 that you're hearing of, and some of the values too?
Yeah. Everybody, most people say something about the roads.
Yeah.
So I don't have to talk about that.
That's kind of a common concern on. Yeah.
And then just wanting to know what an alderperson does and how they can get. Just knowing those things. And when I talk about meetings, I plan to have, if I'm elected, to have standing monthly meetings for Ward 2. Anybody could come, but it'd be focused on Ward 2 and what's going on in the city. So people resonate a lot with that. And they just, they want to be connected in that way.
And, let's say, everything goes well and you're elected April the 1st. What do those Ward 2 meetings look like in your mind?
So I want to keep, it can be hard because I think when you open yourself up to a town hall, I'm tough. I can listen to people's complaints, but I don't want people to feel down or negative when they come. Right. So I want them to be an opportunity to to come and share their concerns, but also just keep it brief, keep it focused on an agenda, keep it positive. I love the opportunity to bring in people. I don't know how often it'd be, but it's just to get people excited and keep coming. Say okay, on the agenda this time, we're going to have, this city employee come in, or somebody who works in an organization in Alton. Cool. Yeah, I would love to do that. I don't have anybody on the books yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Just, keeping it open, but keeping it, how those meetings can get. So just keeping
making
it on
sure
task.
It's still productive.
And, productive is a great way to say it. Yeah.
And as you're, going forward too, you had the forum, and take me through that opportunity for you, because for some individuals, I don't know if that was your first time in a candidates forum or not, but what was that moment like for being and seeing a room that was honestly full of people?
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of people that cared about what the candidates had to say.
I thought, I was really encouraged by how full it was. I thought it was well promoted and it was organized. I know that, people wanted, I heard some people say I came to the forum and they didn't have questions for you. That would have been so long if we all had questions.
I'll give you that one. That would have been very long.
But I would be open. So I've had people reach out and I've met with them in person. So I'm happy to answer any questions. But I thought it went well. It was a good opportunity for me to think, I've got 3 minutes. What do I feel is most important, and what do I think would connect with people? And I was also really encouraged how many people watched online. So afterwards, I had text messages of people who were watching. I've met people, even just last weekend, someone said, I saw what you said at the forum. I liked what you had to say. So that was really encouraging. And I appreciate that it was accessible for everyone, even if they couldn't go.
Well, and now, too, just on the flip side of that, because I always think it's nice where the forum is, because it's really a good halfway point of, or close to a halfway point, because that's really kind of where it was, because January is really the thick of it, and then you got the last, month and 2 weeks to kind of keep fighting. But when you're after that, and people see you and they hear what you're having to say, do they start asking you a little bit more about, certain topics of what a city business is going on right now? Have you been able to have those conversations with folks? And, I don't want you to have to spill the, the beans or the secrets or anything, but what are those conversations looking like for you?
I've had people ask specific questions about what I said. I did get a lot of feedback that people felt it was positive. And so I was happy with that. I do have people who ask about specific things going on with the city. Yeah. And it's hard because I'm not in the position yet. I don't have all the information, but I tell them what I think. I usually tell them the pros and the cons, and just kind of, because part of it is hearing what they have to say. So I have a lot of knowledge and background on things, but it's not for me to just say this is what we're going to do. So part of it is hearing what they have to say. So I always try to answer in a way that I can feel like I get their opinion, because that's part of the job.
Right. And you know, have you had a chance to talk with the other alderman candidates yet, or, you know, some of the other people that are already in these positions, just to kind of keep that conversation going for you?
Yeah, I would say I've kind of just through, you know, the forum and things like that, I'm seeing them a lot. And I probably haven't dug too much in on actual issues yet with them, but
no point yet in doing that. Well, you could be, you know.
It's good, and I try to listen to the meetings as well. So current, I get there when I can, but a lot of times I listen since you guys stream it. I listen, so I kind of hear from the different current alder people that way.
Well, that's good to know. You know, for the constituents and the voters that are looking to know a little bit more about, you know, some of the work that you're doing to prepare for this too. And I remember you saying that you were doing the last time, I think in January, you were mentioning something about, you know, how you were researching and really, you know, trying all your best to learn the role of that alder person.
Yes, I did order. So I ordered the Robert's Rule of Order guide. Did you? And you see a picture of it on Amazon and you see the cover, and I do this, you know, I'll order something and I don't realize it's like this thick. And I'm like, okay, but that's, so I haven't dug into it yet, but I try to follow the, you know, the process and learn about laying things over and tabling and kind of why the government works this way and what it means and how that stays efficient. Yeah. So
I remember you mentioning something about that last time.
I like to learn and dig in. So yeah.
Well, and as you're walking, you know, down Ward 2, especially now that the snow's starting to melt, are you you know, looking to do any beautification or anything like that when it comes to you know, not necessarily, you know, repaving every road, because that's more of the infrastructure side, but when it just comes to beautification of lots and you know, litter and all the important issues there? Yeah,
litter. Well, the last time I went to I think last week I was at the committee of a whole meeting and Rusty Wheat was there talking about what he has available. So there's definitely a lot of opportunity for everyone to do a litter cleanup. April 12th, I think, is Pride Incorporated's litter cleanup day. So a lot of it is really just encouraging people to do that on their own as far as litter. And a lot of things, you know, like he mentioned, get the garbage pickup, things. It's not always somebody's just throwing stuff, but it's just, we got a lot of trash and it overflows. So, definitely that's important. I think it shows that we care when we're taking care of stuff like that. It shows that this is a community that, you know, takes care of itself. As far as other kinds of beautification, I care a lot about parks. And one thing I'll say is I've looked at what parks we have, and I know like Dorman Park had some work recently, and I haven't talked to people in those neighborhoods specifically about parks to find out what they want, but we have a lot, and it's not necessarily that I want to build new parks, but the ones we have, can we, you know, is there grant funding to improve them, upgrade playgrounds, things like that?
100%. You know, and just when, you know, I take the dog, because I do live in Ward 2, and I take the dog for, you know, the walk and all that. It's just, you know, some of the things that I talk to the neighbors about, and that seems like it's on their mind. And Martha, always enjoy talking to you. I have a moment to stick around.
Yeah.
We'll keep this conversation going. It's 9:31, little bit of change, more conversation with Martha Pfister as our State of the Race coverage 2025 continues next.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, Daily Show hitting you. 9:35, a little bit of change. Oh, we are getting closer and closer to April the 1st. Are a lot of people in your mind early voting, do you think?
That's a great question. I would love to know. I do think people are. And I don't know the numbers on in past elections if people are voting early, but I know, some people are voting by mail, have already done that. And yeah, I know people, I'm hearing people are getting out there. It started yesterday. So, and that's a good thing that you brought that up. Scott Bibbs Center. I keep forgetting the exact address. It's on 5th Street, I believe.
The old St. Patrick's
School. Yeah. And so you can check the hours on that. So early voting began yesterday. You've got this week, Saturday hours, I believe, are like 9 to noon. And then they'll end early voting the weekend before. So, yeah.
And what do your next couple of weeks look like for you?
Well, I've hit a lot of houses. I've got a few more streets that I want to get to, so that's what I'll be doing this Saturday. And on the 29th, I haven't totally worked out my plan yet, but I'm gathering a group of volunteers to kind of hit the streets again and just get those reminders out for people who are voting day of on April 1st.
Really cool. And, as things are going forward, have you thought about what that day one or that first month looks like for you? Is it going to be, if you win, is it going to be just kind of absorbing the knowledge? Is it going to start that collaboration process? What's it look like for you?
Yeah, I think that the first thing will be, I've been connecting with people and hearing what they have to say. So I think getting that first Ward 2 meeting on the books and kind of really figuring out how to connect with more people. So I meet people door to door, but I want to make sure that they know the meetings are happening. And so I've collected email addresses where I can, but just getting news out, whether it's through RiverBender or just kind of getting things out so people can read that they're happening, and kind of getting organized that way and just making sure people know how to get in touch with me.
What's the most surprising aspect of Ward 2? Like just for you now that you've really been kind of invested in really learning the entire ward?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think, it's probably more personally just that there are some streets that I had not been to before. So there's definitely neighborhoods where like, you know, when I'm in Hop Hollow, when I was growing up, that was a new neighborhood, and I had friends there, and so I spent a lot of time there. So a lot of those neighborhoods I know, but some of them I don't. I knew the street was there, and I've gone down some streets where I'm like, wow, these are fantastic houses. Like, if I'm going to move, like, I can stay in the ward and just, you know, check this neighborhood out. So I think it's really diverse in the type of homes there are and the types of neighborhoods.
Well, and you know, when it comes to Ward 2 and just the city council as a whole, you know, obviously you need the 4 votes to move measures across the finish line in most cases, but you also have to be able to collaborate with other, you know, organizations and your ward too, especially with the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. There's some other things going on. Have you taken a look at some of those groups that you think that could maybe be a benefit for you?
Yeah, collaboration is important to me. It's one of my 3 main values that I've been trying to come back to, and so I do think there's a big opportunity in North Alton to connect with those groups. Really cool. I focused a lot on getting in touch with school board members or different nonprofits, but the businesses for sure, there's so much in North Alton, and so staying connected to those businesses I think would be a great way to collaborate. Well,
and you know, have you ever started to look back, you know, just the campaign as it's been this time around, or do you think it's still too early for you to kind of do that?
To connect with
those?
No,
just to reflect back, you know, and think about, you know, kind of, you know, where you started and why you're doing this, because that's where I kind of find things fascinating too from the personal side, because running for local office is tough. I mean, it's not, you know, I keep telling people I'd rather run for president any day of the week because I don't know half these people, but when you're in your own neighborhoods and your community, it does get a little bit tougher.
Yeah, I you know, if I were going to reflect on it, it's just been, I would say, it's like there's a lot of growth in it, not just learning a lot, but also just you really have to put yourself out there. Like when, at the beginning, I was just the thought of my name being on a sign in somebody's yard was super weird, or like putting my face on things. And now I'm just like, sure, we'll just do it. So you kind of have to be ready to be like, this is what I believe in and I think is important. And I'm comfortable with that and just like move forward. So that's been a really good process for me.
Really cool to know. And, you know, as things keep winding down, I know that you have some door knocking left to do, and you're having that volunteer group come out. Do you have like a watch party planned or anything like that yet?
People keep asking me that, and I don't have one planned yet. I'm not really sure what to think about it. I've been asking people, like, what do you do? And my mom, that was like the first thing my mom asked me. She's like, you have to have a watch party, because she's all about where's the party? So, just because she worked for my mom, Margaret Rankin, worked for the city for a lot of years, so she just always knew people were doing that. So, you know, to be honest, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. I'm just focusing up until that point, and then we'll see.
That's, you know, and do you think that, and we talked a little bit about this the first time you were on a couple of months ago, but do you think that your, you know, past roles and just some of the things that you've done, do you think it really helped prepare you, or is this one of those where you really have to learn as you go?
It's a mix of those things,
really?
I
That's
believe.
So fascinating.
I mean, I'm learning as you go is also, I think I take a lot of initiative. So it's not so much learning as I go where I'm waiting for someone to tell me what to do, but I see what I need to know, and then I'll learn. I'll ask the right questions. And as far as my background, I've worked with a lot. I know I talked last time working with a lot of different nonprofits, and just having that ability to know how to reach out to someone, know like kind of what they might expect from me, how these kinds of organizations work, as well as just even since I lived away for a while, I came back to Alton, but I jumped right in with volunteering with Alton Main Street, Jacoby, the overnight warming locations. I've hosted some. When I first moved here, I only had 2 kids at the time, and they were pretty little, and I was like looking for things to do with them. There wasn't a lot of things indoors, so I've done a lot of working with different organizations to do play spaces. I've done that at Post Commons. I've done it here when you guys had the RiverBender Community Center before it became the iMerge. So, just all those experiences of organizing people and being able to reach out to an organization and start a meeting, all those little things have been great experiences for me.
Well, and that's just something I'm always fascinated about, because it just seems like there's some things that you never really can prepare for, but it's good to know that, and just hearing some of your volunteerism and some of the work that you've done with the local groups is good too for voters.
Yeah. It's just it's such a good way to get connected. We have so many organizations that do a lot for Alton. So it's like I want to give them all the credit for all the things they do and work together with them.
And, have you had, any of the conversations yet? And this is what I think is kind of a good thing, too, for your voters and constituents, and really across the city for every candidate is, there's been this kind of issue of I won't want to say abandoned properties, but just houses that might not be what they're used for. It might be a single family unit, but it turns into 4 or 5 families living in that. And it's I don't know what that circumstance is, but you also have, dilapidated properties and things. So what are your what's that first step when someone's kind of going, if I'd vote for you, if you can get that house taken down, or if you can make sure that this, is slowing down. What does that first conversation look like when because I'm sure they have. Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up, because when you were asking me about questions, I don't remember what my answer was, but that's actually a big one is home ownership and rentals. And it's not, it's been a good balance for me, because I've learned a lot about why they have those feelings. So it's not that we don't want opportunities for people to be able to rent, like they're, people are not ready to buy, they've just moved to Alton, but in neighborhoods where people want to know their neighbors and they want them there for a while, they don't want someone to buy a place and then they've constantly have people going through and renting. So for me, it's a balance. I know, and that is an area I have a little bit to learn as far as what is the potential that a building has. So I know sometimes we're demolishing things. I want to keep all of the older homes that we have that we can. And I know a lot of people want money to be put into, can we have someone buy this? Can we assist them with that? And we do have those programs at the city. We do have first-time home buyer programs, but there's only so much money we give out. There's a wait list for them. And so that's something I definitely want to learn more about, because that's one of the biggest things that does come up. Is
it really? Wow.
Is just people wanting in their neighborhoods for there to be people purchasing and then living in those homes. And I think that there's this conception that can come across as somebody being against renters, but what I think it really is about is we just want people to stay here and be neighbors and not be kind of in and out. So there's definitely a lot of facets to it.
Is there anything else that that's kind of similar to that you think is important for your constituents to know about?
Let's see. What did I go over? I got that. Like I said, the streets are always an issue. And I think people just want to know. One thing I would say is when people ask for things from the city, they want to know if it doesn't happen or they don't hear back, they just want to know, okay, this didn't work out because of this. And so I'm sure that can be overwhelming and you're just communicating with a lot of people, but just that follow-up is, some people want to hear more follow-up on why something happened or couldn't happen.
Very good point, too. Well, and Martha, it's been great talking with you, and I know that, you're right almost at the finish line. You got 2 more weeks left to go. We've had really just great coverage all season long, but also to have you on a couple of times just to see how things were in January and where they are now. What's your final thought? We're a couple of weeks away. What do you want Ward 2 constituents to know and that final kind of message for them here on the air today?
Like I've always been saying, community, connection, and collaboration. So if you want to connect with me, if you have a question, my website, marthapfister.com, I have an inquiry form there. My email address is on there, so please do reach out. And if you are a Ward 2 resident who wants to be on an email list, if I'm elected, and you want to know when those meetings are, there's a sign-up form for that as well.
Really cool. Well, Martha, best of luck as the campaign comes to a close. And looking forward to hopefully talking to you on April 1st in some way or form, because we will be covering the consolidated election that evening.
Great.
With that being said, we'll take a quick break. We'll link everything on a write-up on RiverBender.com and make sure that you stay connected as we keep gearing up to the consolidated election on April the 1st. 9:46. My sinuses are killing me. More Daily Show next on RiverBender.com.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, we'll go. It's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab select 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'll be over the edge now in no time at all.
Welcome back, 9:54. Right, Rivers and Routes. I am so sorry. I would have brought more chairs down. Like, I really would have. I would have given you another microphone. Hold on here. Can we get somebody upstairs, if anyone's watching, to bring me down my other microphone stand? I feel bad.
No, we can.
Oh, gosh,
Are we
no,
good?
we can share.
Cory,
Yeah,
how is life
share.
treating you? I'm sorry. I haven't seen you in a while. I felt bad. I feel bad this whole break. I've kind of been shaken, you know? I'm like, Cory's this big guy, you know, and I didn't bring in another microphone.
Oh, I think you can hear me. I got a big mouth.
Oh, man. Cory, this is really great. Glad to have you back in the studio. Glad to have Pride Incorporated in the studio. And really just talking about this fun time for the city of Alton and the Rivers and Routes region, too, you know, tying that both in, especially with the warmer months ahead.
Well, you know, we have been watching Pride Inc. and their efforts downtown here, especially last summer when I saw the Alderwoman and Natalie Morrell out watering the new landscaping that they had put in, and it really is nice. And, you know, I think to continue to attract visitors and spending in our downtown area, we got to create a nice atmosphere. And landscaping is one of those things. And so we mulled it around at the Tourism Bureau, and today we're announcing a brand new t-shirt that we have for sale at the Alton Visitor Center for $25, and 100% of the proceeds we're wearing them.
It looks good. It looks good.
And 100% of the proceeds are going to go to Pride Inc. for continuing beautification efforts in our downtown area. So not only can locals come in and purchase that t-shirt, but we want visitors to purchase that t-shirt, and they're knowing that that 100% of those proceeds are going back to the community to support beautification efforts.
I like that. That's really cool. And you know what's funny about this? Because Stephanie sent me the email, and this is how comfortable I am with Great Rivers and Routes and everybody, you know, and you guys coming on. I thought, oh, well, that's cool. Not realizing what was tying in and what the efforts were for. And it's really cool, though, to see how this is becoming a reciprocal fundraiser for all of us, because it's going to go to those beautification efforts, and it's going to do something for all of us to enjoy while we're walking down the streets.
And we hope that makes the cash registers ring.
Right. That's right.
That's the ultimate thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, here it is, 2 non-for-profit organizations that are giving back to the city of Alton and the community. And obviously Pride Inc., I'll let Missy and Carolyn talk about that, but Pride Inc.'s been doing fantastic work for decades.
Right.
And, you know, we really noticed it. I've noticed their work, but we've really noticed their work the last year with all the landscaping improvements downtown that we're seeing. And, you know, we just said, let's help them out. Let's utilize the visitor economy, have them purchase a t-shirt, and 100% of the proceeds are going to Pride Inc.
Well, and how does that, you know, for your organization and Rivers and Routes, it's got to put you guys in a place where you know you're really helping support not just Alton, but I'm sure there's going to be more opportunities for other communities within your region to be supported that way too.
Well, Alton's our home base, right? We've been here 40 years.
Isn't that wild to think about?
It's wild.
That 40 years.
40 years we've been attracting travel to and throughout Alton and the Riverbend community. And again, it's just working together. I bounced this idea off of Carolyn and Missy, and I can't think of a better way to support an organization that is doing great things. And I didn't tell these ladies this, but we're also, on top of the T-shirt, we're going to donate $5,000 to Pride Inc. to help.
Look at that!
with a new banner program that we're working with Carolyn and the city on. And it's all around, if you look at this T-shirt, it's all around the new branding that the City of Alton, that we helped the City of Alton. City of Alton feels like home.
Wow.
And that'll be a new campaign that we'll be rolling out all summer long in the St. Louis media market and here locally.
Thank you.
To talk about what it really means to come to Alton and the small business community, the events, festivals, the unique things that make Alton such a unique town. So not only the T-shirts, but we're going to support, we're going to tee up $5,000 to do banners to beautify our downtown area.
What are these? What's going to be on the? I'm excited. That's a big deal. $5,000 is a lot of money.
Well, we'll come back and announce that when we have the design.
Yeah.
We're working on the designs right now.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I would like to maybe correct Cory. The beautification project that was done at Piso and Broadway was actually funded through the city, which I approached the city. Had a landscaper come in, gave us a bid, and that's how that got done. But then Pride volunteers and we maintained it all summer. We watered, we picked up trash, we pulled weeds. So I think the next step is we're going to put banners at Lincoln Douglas and down Broadway.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, so they're going to be two-sided. We'll have maybe a historical side on one side, and maybe on the back side but we had them before. They had like flowers or different flowers. Like they had a Lincoln picture on one side. His favorite flower was a tulip, so they put it on the back side.
So again, and I apologize. Yeah, so it's government working with local organizations. To really make a difference. And again, we're coming at it from the Great Rivers and Routes tourism standpoint that, we want to help support beautification efforts and organizations that are doing that, because at the end of the day, when you have a cleaner, greener downtown, more people want to visit. They want to shop the neighborhoods and the districts. And
this is the important topic, because this is to me where I find this so much more beneficial than anything else, is the fact that it's a morale booster too for those business owners. Because I mean, if you're investing all this money into your spot and then you go outside and then it looks like a bunch of weeds are everywhere, it's hard for me to get excited about putting another 10 grand into my location.
Right.
But when your community's taking care of this stuff, I mean, it becomes a snowball effect.
Exactly. And, it's up to, and again, with the city helping do the landscaping in Broadway and around the Lincoln Douglas Park. Again, we're taking it to the next level.
This is cool.
Trying to do some other things. And we'll have some other announcements later this summer. But we want people.
Can I tell them?
You can only buy the T-shirt at the Alton Visitor Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are the hours?
10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
So, and again, 100% of those proceeds will go to Pride Inc. for continuing beautification efforts in downtown Alton.
Did you tell them the big news? 3rd Street's becoming Nacello Boulevard in about a week and a half. We are that's the big. Oh, it's not. Damn. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sorry. I was.
I would like. People might think that I concentrate more on beautification, which I do. I've been on the Pride Board since 1984. I'm very proud to be on this board, and I have traveled to other cities. And the first thing you notice is their landscaping, their beautification. So this is a big thing for Alton, for people coming across that bridge. That's why we did the 4 corners at the stoplights. That's when they sit there, they see nice flowers, color, It just is, you would be surprised how landscaping your city makes a big difference in people who want to come here.
Good point. And Missy, how are you feeling about all of this?
Well, research shows that beautification is one of the 3 main things that attracts people to your community. I mean, you want people to live here. You want people to be tourists here. You want people who live here to be proud of their community. Yeah. Community attachment includes you're going to come up with lower crime, improved neighborhood images. You're going to attract businesses. You're going to increase property values. Mm-hmm. So it all comes back to loving where you live. We like to use that motto. Yeah. Well, love where you live.
And make it feel like home. You know?
And make it feel like home. That was a great segue right there.
And,
that's what I didn't learn in broadcasting.
Yeah. And, I think at the end of the day, I always say tourism is an investment, because what we focus on is bringing those non-residents into our community, spend that money, and then when they leave, the community of Alton and all communities in the Riverbend area, they benefit from those tax revenues. In Madison County alone, last year there was over $540 million spent in Madison County by tourism. That generated $20 million in county and local tax revenues.
Wow.
So without those tax revenues, that impacts the quality of life of all of us as citizens in the region.
100%. I'll have a moment to stick around real quick. We'll take a quick break, come back and wrap this conversation up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. It's top of the hour. Here you're watching our daily show on RiverBender.com, Roku TV. We'll take a quick break and come back with great rivers and routes and Pride Inc. after this.
Get access to care for anyone, anywhere, at any time. No appointments, no waiting rooms, no traveling. OSF on call.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois, with specials 5 days a week. Mondays roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grabs like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back, 1007, Great Rivers and Routes, Pride Incorporated. $5,000 worth of beautification efforts on top of this wonderful community effort where you get these great shirts, Missy. Look at that. And Cory's wearing it. Carolyn's wearing it. Carolyn's got it on, too. It's a beautiful shirt, and all the proceeds, 100% of it goes back to beautification efforts.
And I got to give the team at Logo It here locally.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
They came up with this design. They have been wanting to do this design on a T-shirt and sell at the Alton Visitor Center forever. So when we talked to Carolyn and Missy, I said, let's do this shirt and do that design.
Right.
And again, you can only get them at the Alton Visitor Center. They're $25 plus tax, and 100% of that T-shirt sale is going to Pride Inc. Not a penny we purchased the shirts at Great Rivers and Routes, and we're selling them, but 100% of the proceeds are going to Pride Inc.
And then, take me through what funding's able to be utilized just for you guys to do this effort, though, because it does cost for shirts and all. It
does. I mean, we have various grants.
That's cool.
And support and investors, and obviously Alton, Illinois is our biggest investor. But again, we do a lot for that investment. If you look at food and beverage and hotel motel tax funds in the last 4 years that I've been here, they've gone up every year. That's because we're out talking to travelers who have interest in coming to the Riverbend area. But then, too, if you look, since 2022, visitor spending has been up $92 million in our region. $92 million since 2022.
That's incredible.
We have a lot of people coming here. We need to continue to beautify the region, build more product that visitors want. We know what they want, and focus on that.
Well, and, for Pride's efforts now, I mean, what's this do for both of you and the organization as a whole, knowing that you get this shot in the arm? You have an opportunity for the community to truly, and region to truly rally behind your efforts and get these shirts. You could sell 20,000 of them. That'd be a pretty darn good day.
That'd be great.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, 20,000 shirts, that's almost the entire population of Alton. So I think we can get this done.
Let's get to work.
We are thrilled to have a partner that sees us.
Yeah.
Well, and what would you, and with this, what's it do, though, for your guys' organization, though, just as a whole, and the morale boost, I'm sure that's got to be.
It is. It feeds enthusiasm.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Pride's effort and their fundraisers mostly go to beautification projects. We don't always get the help or volunteer that we need. So by them giving us this donation, this really helps Pride build their finances and do bigger and better
projects.
And not necessarily in Alton. We concentrate on Godfrey also because when people come, Godfrey people come through Alton.
Right.
Alton people go through Godfrey. So we kind of team together, and we do include Godfrey with some of our, Missy is our president of Pride, and I'm on the beautification committee with Natalie Merrill. She's our president. So, and she is a go-getter.
She is.
She is a go-getter.
Yeah.
She's the one that got this whole intersection thing started. And
she gets an idea and look out.
Yeah.
She goes, and she gets a lot done. In the past few years, we've had several noteworthy projects. We orchestrated the landscaping at Godfrey Road, the big welcome sign that welcomes people into the village. When we planned and implemented that, it was funded by the village of Godfrey, but we took over and did everything for them. And a lot of our projects are like that, where somebody says, we have money that we would like to give towards this, and we take it and run with it. So we do the planning, the managing, the orchestrating.
Well, and that's a big thing because it's one of those where everyone gets excited to do something brand spanking new and make it look good, but to maintain it is the big thing. And we talk about lumber costs and all this, but the cost of chemicals and all of those things that are natural and make sure it's safe for everybody to be around, because I'm sure there's certain things you can't spray on these plants for the safety of the public, and all that stuff rises. And also it's the manpower thing. And, hopefully this gets the community more invested in what you guys do. So they go, you know what? I want to sign up and go water flowers downtown.
Yeah. And we're at the tourism
or whatever
bureau,
you do
always,
in Pride.
We're always looking at different grants. Our economic development specialist on staff, she's always searching for grants and other ways that we can help support things. We sit right here on a National Scenic Byway, right? We actually sit on two right here, the meeting of the Great Rivers National Scenic Byway and then the Great River Road. And so there's potential funding down the road. It's froze right now, and that's a longer conversation. But we hope that some National Scenic Byway funds could free up, because Alton is an important piece in our history of our
100%.
country. And it's an important gateway to the Great River Road. And so we have to work with government at the city, state, and federal level, and then work with organizations like us to make sure we can facilitate and make those projects
It goes hand
work.
in hand with the national conversation.
Absolutely.
Everything starts at home. And, home for national is your hometowns and your small towns across America. If those look great, then everything else will start looking pretty great, too. And if they're well-funded, then, it makes it a little bit easier.
And you said it a minute. It's our small business community is our backbone of our tourism story. And so, small businesses already have enough to worry about, right?
Right.
They want to make sure that organizations like Pride Inc. and Great Rivers and Routes in the city of Alton are taking care of the look and feel of our public infrastructure and right-of-ways. And if that's working, and we have a great small business community, which we do, and growing.
We do, and growing,
it grows
yes.
hand in
Yes, it
hand.
does.
And at the end of the day, tourism, I always say, is not a red or a blue issue, it's a green issue. It's about revenues for cities and businesses to make it thrive.
Well, and with that being said, we've been talking here. We're getting close to time, but Missy and Carolyn, before I let you go, what's your final thought just, on this effort? What can you alert the public on about getting their shirts, and what are we looking forward to seeing coming down the pipeline from Pride Incorporated?
Right now, we've got a few things in the works that I hesitate to bring out right now, because if I tell and then
it doesn't happen,
then
It gives me something else to talk about.
I know.
We'll have to come back.
Well, I would have to intervene with. We need volunteers.
Yeah.
That's a big base of our whole board. We're always welcome to join Pride. We welcome anybody who wants to be on the Pride board, and we also welcome people who they don't want to go to meetings. They just want to help.
Yeah.
So you need to contact Pride, because our Natalie, we would love to have volunteers. Most of the watering and the planting and everything we did last spring and summer was Pride volunteers.
It was,
yes.
Wow. And we do quite a bit of boots on the ground, because we have projects like State House Circle, the Miles Davis statue, the welcome signs, all of them coming into Alton and Godfrey that have to be maintained. They're beautiful. They have to be maintained. So we do that. We also have, I'll give you one thing that we are thinking about. We took the tour that the people who come off the boats, the cruises, we took that tour in December and made note of certain places that they go that really need a refresh, a redo.
That's good.
Something to boost them up. So we do have those on our
over
list.
9,000 visitors
come through.
Stop at the Port of Alton and come through Alton this year, this past summer.
Yeah.
And
that's
fall.
awesome.
It's happening again. And that's,
Yes.
you never know who's on that boat, right? You never know.
You never
could
know.
be
That's
an
right.
investor, a retiree looking for a retirement home, these sorts of things.
So those opportunities are on our list. I'll give you that one. Yeah.
Well, and it's great to see everyone using the Alton River. I changed the name of it. And,
the Alton River.
Why not? With that being said, Cory, I gotta make you smile every once in a while.
I do have to give credit to our Parks Department.
Oh, okay,
CJ. Anytime that I have needed anything done, they're there. They step up to the plate. They're great people. I'm on the park board. I take ideas to them, and they have a good summer help base that really work hard to maintain how Alton looks. In fact, this summer, I asked as an alderman that they put a full-time gardener in their budget.
Oh, cool.
For Alton, and all they would do was maintain the landscaping, some of our parks, that need a little extra care.
We've been as the Pride organization, we've been talking about that for a long time.
That's great.
That would be a huge help. Godfrey has one, so we want Alton.
Yeah, and our projects like the square, the town, what do we call it up there?
State House Circle.
State House Circle. It takes about 3 times a year to go up there and clean it up. It's a big job. Now we got the 4 corners here at Broadway and Pysall and Lincoln Douglas. I got some things that I'm talking to the Parks Department with at Lincoln Douglas. So anybody, volunteers, that's the word. Volunteers.
Well, and honestly, we'll when we do this article, we'll make sure that's the big call to action so folks can get out. And with what's going on here, I can easily see this becoming a momentum booster for everybody. And we're running out of time here, so we got to make sure what's coming up.
Well, traditionally, we've had an annual dinner. It hasn't gone on for a few years with COVID and everything. Things kind of got off track. But we are having an annual dinner. April 24th, it's a Thursday night. You can purchase whole tables, 8 people, $600. It's a fundraiser for us, and we give awards to the community. There'll be 3-4 people honored from our community.
And before I final thing, I just a teaser. You cannot tell me what's going out tomorrow.
No. You'll get the press release tomorrow, and maybe you'll have me back. It's a busy week for news.
It's going to be a busy week. It's already suppressed the Alton River story in the Cello Boulevard, but that's okay. $5,000 to Pride Incorporated and a lot more for this community fundraiser comes down the pipe.
That is a huge amount. Grateful. We are so grateful, and it's going to allow us to pursue this banner.
Program.
The banner
so
program.
Great.
Yeah. And the city of Alton will be involved in it and help us because those banners go on brackets. Yeah. And so I'm working with the Parks Department right now, our Public Works, to get those brackets and find funding for them through the city.
Great. Yep. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Well over 30 minutes. I'm sorry about
that.
We'll take a quick break. I am running late today, but Lacey McDonald joins us in a couple of minutes for On the State and History. Dan Ebbing joins us from the Grafton Chamber of Commerce. He's outside now. I had a great joke to him earlier. I can't repeat it on the air, though. And then 1035 belongs to SSP once we get there. You stay there. I'll stay here in the studio. More Daily Show next.
Have a rash, pink eye, or urinary tract infection and need care now? OSF On-Call Urgent Care is here to treat you. Start a virtual visit 24/7, whenever and wherever you need it. It's just that easy. OSFOnCall.org/virtual visit.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Brent Walker knows how to get results for Alton because he's done it.
as Mayor Brandt froze the property tax levy and balanced the budget. His economic development policy stimulated $116 million in private capital investment. Community policing and increased resources for public safety led to a decrease in crime. And under Brant Walker's leadership, Alton secured more than $10 million in extra grant funds for infrastructure and park improvements. Move Alton forward with Brant Walker.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I wanna be free to know the things I do are right. I wanna be free, just me, oh man.
Sorry. Good morning. Your microphone wasn't. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Lacey?
I'm fine. How are you, CJ?
I am ready to go take a nap.
Yeah, I feel that.
Have you seen the air quality? It's like 170. It's very unhealthy.
Of
air quality. The air quality index 170.
Okay, so high is bad.
Very. It's Snoop Dogg levels.
Sounds very bad. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a pleasant walk down here, but that was more wind related, so I didn't even think about air quality.
Do you know how I feel? I'm so glad I got my hair. That was I kind of liked having the longer hair with the suit jacket. It looked kind of, more, I looked bigger.
I like your haircut though. I think
I looked
good.
like a bigger I had it made my shoulders look a little bit broader, I think, at certain angles. It was like camera manipulation.
Like in a conversation with someone, you just adjust.
Like, damn, CJ must have gained 50 pounds. Look at that. But then I got my hair cut, and now it's cool, but I look like I need to eat more. But I also like it because my hair would be... John, I am working here. He just slacked me. And but every time I walk outside, it just ruined my. It would be working, moving my hair. John said I was killing it this morning.
Oh, nice job.
I don't know, John. I think I need to be careful today.
Say 90% of what you're thinking?
No. Hell no. I need
40?
to save 1% of what I'm thinking. If I said even 10%, I'd be in jail by noon. So what happened 100 years? Oh, wait, hold on. Let me finish my hair story.
Oh, yeah.
So I go outside, and Sydney and I figured this out. Since John's phone, I had a love child going. It was like an Elvis Trump thing. Because, whenever it was done, it looked really good. But then the moment the wind hit, it started doing this. And it was there was a lot going on. So I learned that I could pull it this way, throw it up this way, throw it back, and then do a side thing. I had a whole routine.
Like in the wind, or just when you did it every day? When you fixed it?
Both.
I'm glad you had a system.
What'd you talk about 100 years ago?
100 years ago, I wasn't here yet.
That's right. So what'd you write about the person talking about 100 years ago?
So, okay, this was one of the ones that started seeming really easy and then got super complicated really quick. So there was a little article called "Dying Woman Gives Reward to Her Kind Friends." And this woman, Minnie...
Oh, yeah, we talked about this. Fill us in. Okay, I'm sorry I even took this long to get into this. This is a wild story.
Wild story. Okay, so Minnie Walters died on March... no, she died earlier that year, but the article was March 10th, 1925, when they actually, were going through her will, I don't know if it had to go through arbitration or whatever. But anyway, they were reading her will, and she bequeathed money to a bunch of various people that seemed really random when you first looked at it. And it said that she was giving her money to them because they had been kind to her during her life. And So one of the person that got the most money, $1,000, which I didn't look up how much that would be in that time, but her entire estate was worth about $64,000-ish. So about almost a third of it went to H. William Bauer. And it said that the reason many remembered H.W. Bauer above all others was that at one time, to test out the sincerity of devotion of a man who wanted to marry her, she had deeded to Mr. Bauer all of her property, and he had held it in his own name for years. She married the man, they did not get along, and he deserted, and she finally divorced him. Then she asked for her property back, and Mr. Bauer turned it back. So grateful was she for his kind treatment of her and protecting her in what proved well-grounded suspicions against the man to whom she was engaged, that she made him the chief beneficiary of her will. That did not mention that they were related. I had to do a whole bunch more research to figure out they were actually cousins. So it wasn't just some random guy that she deeded all of her money to.
That's what I was wondering. Remember we were talking about that last week? I said, now this just seems a little weird.
Yeah, and it didn't say anything about that.
Right.
And I had to kind of piece it together. So
Now it brings me to my weekly point.
Okay, weekly point, go.
Thank you, reporter of local news publication.
Oh, that you want me to thank the...
No, I want to thank you for doing their job again.
Oh, no. Okay, there's so much...
It was 100 years ago.
It was 100 years ago, and there's so much context that it doesn't need to be, like, put in necessarily at the time, but then when you don't know what the relationships are in the place in a certain time. Like, in the future, when somebody's doing research on now, 100 years from now, they're not going to have the same understanding of Alton that we do. So I've done experiments on this before. If you try to write for people of the future, it gets very complicated on both a personal level and on a like more news level. Because I did a class in grad school called personal archiving, where you're supposed to like create something that would be useful to somebody in the future, like a personal project. And it is so much more work than just like writing for the present. So I would have liked if it given a little bit more information about their relationship. But it turned out they were cousins. So two of the people that she gave money to were cousins. And then I could not figure out any of the other people. So I have no idea if they like, there were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There were 6 people, 2 that she gave money to in her will. 2 of them were cousins, and the other 3, 4, I can't count today, 4, I have no idea. They could have like said hi to her on the street and that was good enough. No idea. Never figured it out. Gave up.
It's okay. So, take me through the significance of this story. I mean, because, the divorce process is just fascinating to me.
Right. So one of the things that I had to figure out too was she'd actually been married before. That wasn't mentioned in her obituary or anywhere else, but she was married and her first husband died. And so that's probably why she had money to begin with. Because a lot of times in that time period, a woman wouldn't have her own like property, money, etc. when she got married. And so if you see like a woman running a business or, having a large estate, not every time, but a lot of times it was because she had gotten married, her husband had died, and she had taken over the business, taken over the estate, etc. So in this case, she got married, her husband died about 7 years later, and then 3 years after that, she was marrying this Max Walters character. And I know, and she didn't quite trust him. I'm not sure why she married him. She didn't trust him enough to literally sign over all of her property, money, everything to a cousin. And then he lasted 10 years before he left, but he left.
Whole decade,
came back 4 months later, which means for a whole decade, she still didn't trust him enough to like have her stuff returned to her.
To be fair, we're getting into the Depression era when we talk about a decade.
Well,
this is before.
So
this was 1914 to 1924.
It was even before that. They got married in 1890. I should have said that. And then they got, he left in 1900.
Oh.
1899, 1900. And then he came back 4 months later.
Gotcha.
And she
Okay.
wouldn't take him back. And so he like told her that he had taken some sort of like carbolic acid kind of thing, like threatened that if she didn't take him back, he was going to hurt himself. He was going to hurt her, all this stuff.
Honey,
it was bad.
No, you just got to leave that guy alone.
But she did. She like
Good.
didn't take him back.
I have seen too many a Jerry Springer episode to know how that goes. You just got to walk away.
It was bad news. She did not take him back. This is and then she ended up getting a divorce 16 years after that. So I don't know why. But again, divorce was a lot different back then. No fault divorce
couldn't imagine. Yeah, that's
did not
wild.
exist until
Yeah.
1970. And I didn't know this. I did a lot of divorce research on this article. The first no-fault divorces were in California, and Ronald Reagan is the one that signed it into law because he was divorced. And but before that, you had to have a reason, and it could be something like cruelty or desertion or adultery. But like people would like set up fake scenarios in order to get divorced. It was very complicated. I mean, she certainly had grounds for it. But so I don't know why it was 16 years later, but she did finally get divorced. And then at that point, it looks like Bauer deeded everything back to her. She had a candy store in the meantime. So she was making her own money. She seemed to be doing okay. But the bulk of her estate, was not in her own. But yeah, I mean, until the mid 1800s, it was, I think, 1861, the Illinois legislature passed a Married Woman's Property Rights Act. So if you were married, you were allowed to own land yourself. But before that, you were not. Like, it was nothing in your name, everything in your husband's name. So there were a lot of things going on like that. And then I put in the article, too, like, it wasn't until 1974.
You know what I've been doing?
What?
I've been putting credit cards in random people's names. I just figured, like, let's just share the wealth.
Yeah, like, build everybody's credit.
Well, and then when I max them out, I throw them in the river. They can't track those.
Yeah. Some financial advice from CJ. But yeah, like it was very complicated because a lot of this had to do with individual states. And so I got kind of like too deep into the Illinois divorce law, and I never figured out everything. But I do know it was 16 years after he left, but she didn't take him back. So
good for you, Minnie.
Yeah.
Minnie Walters.
Minnie Walters.
Minnie Walters. Got a divorce and kept her money.
Yes.
Teach us your secrets, Minnie.
Yes.
With that being said, Lacey, what are you writing about this week?
I am writing about the Isaac Walton League, which was an environmental league. It was founded.
I knew Isaac.
What?
I knew Isaac.
You knew I. And, okay, and it's Izaak, and he was like an English poet that wrote about fishing. It was very interesting.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, but anyway, formed in 1922, and then Alton got a chapter in 1925, and they still exist.
Cool.
Yeah.
Looking forward to talking to you about it next week.
Yeah, thanks. Me too.
Good talk. All right.
Thanks.
10:34, a little bit of change. We'll come back with the Grafton Chamber of Commerce right after this.
Oh no, another bad headache? Yeah. Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse. Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Is what I got, is within my reach, and the subplot style's still straight from Long Beach. It all comes back to you, you're bound to get what you deserve. Try and test that, you're bound to get served. Love's what I got, don't start a riot. You feel it when the dance gets hot.
It's a Wednesday. Welcome back. 10:37. Dan, how's life treating you?
It's good. It's good.
Grafton Chamber of Commerce.
Yes,
Doing
sir.
well? Doing well?
We are, and keeping busy. In fact, to try and help the businesses in Grafton this weekend on Saturday, the 22nd, from 9 a.m. until noon at the Grafton City Hall, we're going to have a job fair. We have, I think it's 10 businesses now that are going to be set up inside City Hall, and people looking for summer employment, here's your opportunity. Bring your resume with you and come on in, and you can talk to the business owners or their representative and apply for a job.
If I see one Facebook post that says, nobody's hiring, I don't know what to do, get your butt to Grafton. It is a perfect, I like this. Yes. So you got all the businesses together, pardon me, this weather is getting me, but you got all the businesses that come together, and you're really providing this out, not only just for the people, but for those business owners, man. Sure. I mean, those small businesses, when they have someone call off, they got to go all hands on deck, you know?
Right. And the majority of the workers live out of town. Don't live in Grafton.
Well, I'm sure, yeah.
So you're going to call somebody in. They got a 30-minute drive to get there.
At least.
Yeah.
Just depending on where they're at in the area. And that's a good point to make. So it's going to be at the Visitor Center?
No, at Grafton City Hall.
Oh, City Hall, yeah.
East Main, I believe it is. Right in the middle of downtown.
And how does it work? Do we need to fill out anything before we get there or anything like that?
If you got a resume, bring it. They're going to have their application sheets, whatever they use at their individual businesses. They'll have those there. But be prepared to talk to somebody and see somebody.
Really cool. I'm just pulling up the flyer so I can follow along with you. There's a lot of really good opportunities here too.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not. I mean, this could be a good. I mean, even for folks that are maybe entering, the first couple of years of college, and all that. Especially if you go into like an Aries or a Raging Rivers or a Grafton Winery, you're good.
Right. And if you're young, if you're saying I'm 16 years old, they're not going to hire me. They have those positions available for that age group. You can work in the kitchen. You can work a bar back. You can, be the guy that clears the table, you know. So the jobs are there. Thank you for leading into the cough.
I know. I'm sorry. I had to pass my voice on to Dan for his. I don't know what's going on. This is huge. I mean, this is the first one you've done? Is this the first one?
As far as I know of, I've been in Grafton 10 years. I have never heard of anybody doing this before. Paula came up with the idea for it, suggested it. I'm like, this is a great idea.
Well, and honestly, Go-Go Maze, there's Third Shoot, the Grafton Pub and Winery, the Oyster Bar, Aries Resort, the Ruba Hotel. That's a nice place on the inside. I think they're doing a good job over at the Ruba.
Brand new owners.
Really?
Brand new owners.
Wow.
Yes,
when did that happen?
They took, I think, January 1st.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're doing some remodeling in there.
I noticed it because we had to deliver the Buzz magazines, which, by the way, delivering magazines you would think is for the weak of heart. That is not true. I mean, I'm telling you, I think I'm pretty strong. But that broke me. I mean, you want to get answers from some of these guys overseas. Hell with Guantanamo, put them in a car delivering magazines for 2 days.
Yep.
You'll get every answer you need out of them. But Grafton was my favorite part of that trip. But when we were going in there, we had to go to the route. I'm going inside going, man, this is really, I mean, you can see that it's starting to have some new character to it, new story to it.
Yep.
Really cool.
Yeah. They got some great ideas. All the businesses, everybody's looking for help.
Right.
Most of the businesses are saying it's better this year than it's been in the previous years, but they still need help. There's still people, they're gearing up for the summer.
Well, and too, I mean, you guys experience so many thousands of people every weekend. And I mean, that's the big thing too, where it's not, for the kids that go, well, am I actually going to make, X amount of money on tips if I'm a server or whatever? Yeah, you probably are, because you guys really do have that crowd, and that's a great learning experience for a lot of younger people to really learn what, customer service is and working as a team, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of the businesses, you do a good job for them, they're calling you next year.
Well, and they talk, I mean, that's it. Word of mouth travels. I mean, you're your own walking advertisement when it comes to work. That's the other thing. And, how you present yourself will be remembered in good ways and in not so good ways, too.
You have that.
With that being said, how many different, is it all of it entry level, or there's some managerial roles they're hiring for?
I'm not aware of any management jobs, but I know they're looking for help in the kitchen. A couple of different places. So if you got experience cooking, this is your opportunity. Come on up to Grafton. Fountain Hill, I know, is looking for help.
How is that going for Sunny up there?
My gosh.
Is it going well?
I don't think they could be any busier.
So when Sunny came on, I will never forget, because they told me what they were doing, and he said, well, yeah, free food that opening. I drove by that place. God dang, you could have had a helicopter circling that son of a gun. It was cool, man. You would have thought the president was there or something. It was just jammed up.
It was that way up until closing. And in fact, I think they had to actually turn people away because it was 8 o'clock. And, it's not that they ran out of food. The help had to go home.
Right. Right. How are the fish tanks looking in there?
Good.
Are they good?
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
been
really
inside.
neat. It's aquarium style fish. It's not as...
It's not the river fish?
It's not the river fish.
That's cool.
But it's really nice. He painted the ceilings white, halfway down the walls. It's really lightened up in there. He's doing tremendous.
Man, that's wonderful. And still outside of the job for what else is coming down the pipeline soon?
Yeah. Well, coming down real quick, we have the Mississippi Masters.
Yeah.
Is May 2nd at Lock Haven Golf Course. Registration is open on our website at GraftonChamber.com. You can register your team right there. Great prizes, and it's always a good time. And the last several years we have sold out. So if you're a golfer, you want to play, Friday, May 2nd, get registered now.
Wasn't there a monsoon last year?
It rained. I wouldn't call it a monsoon.
Maybe it was the day before, because I remember a lot of rain.
That's
what it was. That's exactly what it was, because that was a torrential rain that happened that 2 years ago.
It poured.
I have the weirdest memory of all time. I can't remember who I talked to or what I did today, but I can tell you what happened 4 years ago on a Friday.
Right. Yeah.
And we'll explore that in my therapy session later. But at 10:44, we'll come back with Dan for a couple of more seconds, and we'll chat a little bit more about events. Then we'll come back, wrap up the show with SSP. So you stay there. I'll stay here right in the studio. You're watching our daily show on RiverBender.com.
Hey, would you drop by the pharmacy? My doctor switched my cholesterol medication.
Yeah, will do, honey. I'm glad he's looking out for you.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including managing chronic conditions. Schedule an appointment today.
What are you doing?
We did our home insurance ourselves, but don't feel protected.
So you're building your own American Family Insurance roof line?
Yeah, life's better when you're protected under American Family's roof.
That's not how it works.
Dad, go, it's gonna hit.
See, that's how it works.
For real protection, save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
With over
over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Village Dispensary has the best deals in Godfrey, Illinois with specials 5 days a week. Mondays, roll in the week with 20 to 30% off select pre-rolls. Tasty Tuesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select edibles. Waxy Wednesdays, enjoy 20 to 30% off select concentrate and vape brands. Thirsty Thursdays, sip and save with 20 to 30% off all drinks. Flower Friday, grab like 3.5 gram flower deals starting at just $20. Village Dispensary, come meet your best buds.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. 9. I do get paid to do this, Jeff.
Overtime.
10:47. We're back with the Grafton Chamber of Commerce President, Dan Ebbing. How are you doing?
Good. Still doing good. Still doing good.
Well, we're getting right back to this conversation. Friday, May the 2nd, is the at Lock Haven Golf Club is the Mississippi Masters, the 8th annual one. And really, just a great event. A lot of people are a part of this, and it does sell out, you said, pretty quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we put registration went live 3 weeks ago, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago.
No kidding.
And teams are already registering.
Wow.
So don't wait, otherwise you'll be out.
Huh. Who won last year?
Oh, you had that. I'm the guy on the grill.
Ah, that's right.
I'm flipping the brats.
It wasn't Peter Allen. It wasn't Peter Allen.
Not last year. Nope.
Good. I got to win this time around.
Get on him.
You know what I do? I'm going to be the guy that gets put on the good team that ruins everything. You know what I'm saying? Like the sabotager. You know where?
Yeah. The opposite of the what do they call it?
The hustler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go on the team like, I'm in the ringer, guys. I got you. Anything you need, I'm the utility man, and then I'm putting them 3 into the river road, and we're having a good old day. You know what I'm
I'll get your drink.
Oh, man. Don't forget to sign up by going to GraftonILChamber.com. And then coming up in just a couple of days on Saturday, the 22nd, 9 a.m. to noon at Grafton City Hall at 118 East Main Street is the job fair. And this is going to be really cool. So are the owners going to be there or just like the reps or...
That's up to them.
Okay.
I know some of the owners are going to be there, and a couple of them said, hey, I'm busy doing whatever, but somebody will be there.
Well, and too, just a great time to really get that job figured out, especially for a high school student. I know that you guys still got finals and stuff and all that, but summer will be here before you know it, and you don't want to be looking last minute for a job.
Right. And they're starting their training.
That's a good point.
Next month, they'll do their training, start with their lifeguards and stuff. So, this is your opportunity.
Well, and too, I hate to say this, Dan, but if it doesn't work for Go-Go Maze, Third Shoot, Grafton Pub, Grafton Winery, or the Oyster Bar, Aries Resort, the Ruba Hotel, or Raging Rivers, they can always place an employment ad right here on RiverBender.com.
I'll tell them.
I just got to get my commission in today, Dan. Anything else coming down the pipeline for you guys?
We mentioned the golf tournament. We got Sip, Sample, and Stroll. and the Blues Fest coming up May 10th.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah. They're on the same day. So we're kind of mixing things up a little bit and seeing what's happening. So it should be a good time.
Fireworks season starting soon.
You got it. Yep. City approved contracts last night for July 5th will be fireworks in Grafton. And then again, New Year's Eve at 10 p.m.
Wow. It's incredible. I'm excited for all the summer fun in Grafton, Dan, and looking forward to seeing you down there, man.
Yep.
We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. 10:51 is the time. I'm losing my voice. I am choking on whatever it is I'm choking on. I think it is my allergies, but we'll find out here shortly. SSP comes back with us to wrap up this show on a Wednesday right after this.
Oh no, another bad headache? Yeah. Maybe it's time to see your doctor.
OSF Healthcare can handle all of your family's primary care needs, including diagnosing health issues or referring you to a specialist. Schedule an appointment today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
Get paid to go solar. We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Shut the door, baby. Shut the door, baby. Every morning there's a heartache hanging from
Welcome back, Daily Show 1054. A little bit of change on this. That's enough of Sugar Ray today. Of this Wednesday morning, we're wrapping it up with SSP. There's a lot happening.
Yes.
How are we doing?
Good. How are you?
You know, the hairspray's holding in there. You know, it's barely, but I can feel it starting to lose. But that's okay. SSP's always up to some great stuff, and this is your guys' busy time of year.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
where do we dive right into this?
The first event we've got to talk about is coming up on April 8th. We're taking RSVPs for it currently. This is the Elder Abuse Prevention Panel. So it's on April 8th from 12 to 1 p.m. and a free lunch is provided. It's going to be in our Schoolhouse Grill. And it's sponsored by the Illinois Long-Term Ombudsman Program.
Really cool.
So they're going to be out there talking about how to spot and prevent cases of elder abuse. And the presentation isn't only for older adults, but also their care providers and their families. So everybody can kind of keep an eye on what to look out for and then who to report it to. All the all the stuff that goes along with that.
This is such an important conversation. I mean, my mom works in at Del Mar Gardens, and there's so many times, especially in that setting and what goes on, because, I mean, I hate to say it, but there are some people that take advantage of others that are out there, and all facets of it, too. And to really be able to talk about it in a comprehensive way is not only beneficial for that a senior citizen, but they're also their families, too.
Absolutely. The Ombudsman program is one of our services at Senior Services Plus. So they're one of our departments. They work in all of the living facilities, so assisted living, a nursing home, and they act as advocates for any resident in those facilities. So anytime they have a resident has a concern or a potential issue, our staff are in there acting as advocates on behalf of those residents and trying to help mediate the issue.
That's really, really beneficial. And how long is this going to run for?
This is going to run from 12 to 1, so it's an hour-long panel discussion between the Ombudsman program, Adult Protective Services will be there, Madison County Sheriff's Department will be there, and the Madison County State's Attorney Office. The doors will open at 11. We serve lunch at 11:45.
Lunch is always really good at SSP, by the way.
Pot roast that day.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. And then the speakers will begin at noon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And they'll run about an hour? Mm-hmm. And is there going to be a question panel?
Yeah, so we'll have some questions for them, but then we'll also have a Q&A session at the end.
Really cool. Mm-hmm. And how much seating's left? Because this one fills up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a smaller number than what like an AARP event would be, but we still have plenty of space. So all they need to do is RSVP to me at 618-465-3298 extension 123.
There you go. How about that? And then what else is coming down the pipeline?
Yeah, we also, I think probably a lot of people don't know, but we are one of the local affiliates for Rock Steady Boxing, which is
that's a great program.
Yeah, we work with specifically people who have been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and it's through our wellness center, and they working with people who are diagnosed with Parkinson's disease through exercise, specifically boxing and some different techniques. And we have different levels of classes available. So that program is actually doing a Parkinson's Awareness and Support Health Fair.
Wow.
It'll be a free event, and they have various professionals and resources coming in to offer information for anybody who has a loved one experiencing Parkinson's disease, who currently has Parkinson's disease. Anybody from the community can visit. They do not have to be a member of the Rock Steady Boxing program at SSP. And then there's also going to be an opportunity for us to give some recognition to our Rock Steady Boxing participants and their accomplishments and just continuing to battle their disease.
Well,
through the
and,
program.
and that's one of those where it doesn't seem to matter, how old you can be sometimes, that you can get, early onset and some things that, start to arise. And having outlets like this, it's so fascinating to see the results of it paying off, too, and how much it helps them mentally, too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a nationwide program, I believe, and we've been an affiliate for many years. We have certified coaches, 2 coaches who run the program, and the various levels of classes that we have that are essentially, based on the symptoms that the person who's in the class is experiencing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what day does that again?
Yeah, so that will be Friday, April 11th. That'll start at 3 p.m., the resource fair, and then it will end at 5:30 p.m., and that will be at our wellness center. So at our headquarters, just in the back side of our building where our wellness center is located. And we are asking for RSVPs. So we ask anybody who's interested in attending to RSVP by March 28th, and the number they can call is 618-465-3298 extension 109.
And it's free.
That was like off the top of your head. Both of you are really getting good at this phone number.
Doing our sleep. It's free though, and you don't have to be a wellness member to go to it either.
That's a very good point, and we'll make sure to put that note in the write-up too. With that being said, it is, by the way, 11 o'clock. I'm so used to 11 o'clock in downtown Alton. You're watching our daily show on RiverBender and Roku TV. That's a timestamp. But what else is coming up? There's a gauntlet. Look at this. April the 25th. Am I reading that right?
Yeah.
See, I used to read the prompter, so I can do it upside down. Hey, moving on.
So the next event we've got going on is on April 25th. This is another panel discussion, and it is sponsored by AARP Illinois. This is the Meet the Legislators panel discussion that we have every year. I think we've done it for a few years now. It's going to be on Friday, April 25th from 12 to 1. AARP Illinois sponsors the lunch, so there's another lunch provided. We are going to have guest speakers, District Director Brian Zilm from Congresswoman Budzinski's office.
He's a good guy.
Eric, Senator Erica Harris, State Representative Katie Stewart, and all the legislators in attendance will be speaking on various topics and issues relevant to older adults.
Really cool.
Yes.
Well, and this is just going to be another great opportunity for, the public to come out and be a part of this. And is it the same registration guidelines?
Yes, so it is RSVP required. The doors will open at 11, lunch is at 11:45, and the speakers begin at noon. But space is limited, so give me a call, once again, at that phone number, 618-465-3298, extension 123.
Well, and with that being said, this leads us to the big one. Like the big one. The gala.
Yes.
How well did you guys do last year?
We did very well.
Good.
It was our second year.
It's huge.
We've been proud to say we've been able to net funds every year, which is huge when you're starting off for a fundraiser.
That really is huge to do in a fundraising setting.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
Well, and what is the fund that you raise? What does it go to?
Yeah, so it kind of goes to area of greatest need is kind of the term used in fundraising, but essentially programs that are serving older adults at no cost to them. So people think of Meals on Wheels, transportation, congregate dining, information and assistance. All of those programs offer services at no cost. So for us to be able to support those programs, we have to offer these fundraisers to then offset the cost of providing them. So we look at our budgets, we see where their shortfalls, and so that's why we do these fundraisers to help offset those shortfalls.
And I truly think having the fundraiser too, it's great for the public because we get a chance to see truly how much work's being done at SSP each and every day, and really just the programs you have that you don't get that much time to talk about.
Right. And it's a great opportunity too. We have honorees every year, and so we love to be able to share our partners and to thank them for everything they're doing to support our community, to support our clients that we're serving, and the greatest good overall.
Well, and you guys recognizing some folks and really making it a fun event is what I thought was just my takeaway, and seeing everyone truly just enjoy themselves. Yeah. Is it still at Lewis and Clark again? Is that what you said?
Yes.
That's great.
It'll be at Lewis and Clark. This year we're doing it on a Thursday evening, so we're hoping that makes it a little bit more convenient. Weekends can be tough. So it'll be Thursday, June 12th. Doors will open at 5:30 p.m., and that will be at the Commons at Lewis and Clark Community College.
Really, who's doing the catering?
We have Nikki G's this year.
Oh, she's great. They're great. They do a great job.
Yes, yeah.
And with that being said, how much are tickets? Did you just...
Tickets will be $75, so they've been the same price.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No price raises there, and we don't anticipate that anytime soon.
Are we doing the silent auction?
We are doing silent auction.
Man, that's what really got the people excited last time. Those trips were getting up there.
Yeah. Sometimes those trips really go, and people get excited about those. So we're very excited to work with hopefully some local vendors too to create some baskets, an Alton basket itself, maybe a coffee basket, and people can bid on those online even if they're not able to attend the gala.
Really cool. And with that being said, what else about the gala do we need to hit on right now?
Yeah, well, we do have our honorees that we are going to...
You already have them? Yep. That's great. Yes. Who are we recognizing?
Yeah, so this year for our corporate partner honorees, we've got Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery, obviously a big community supporter, and then U.S. Foods. We work very closely with them. They bring in shipments multiple times a week to help us do all of our Meals on Wheels and our catering contracts. For community partner honorees, we're honoring First Mid-America Credit Union, another great supporter in the community of many agencies, and then Marillac Mission Fund, which is one of our private foundations that supports one of our programs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then a couple more community hero honorees, the Illinois Department on Aging, so we'll have some representatives from there, obviously, and then Madison County Community Development. They've been big supporters of a couple of our programs as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great time to take some opportunities and really, thank them about, just their contributions to SSP's mission too.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, and with that being said, how important is it for you guys because busy season's here and you're doing all this stuff, but finally get to gala night and all of that, I'm sure is a relief once you get there.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's a great point, a great opportunity to bring everybody together. That night we share statistics from our annual report. We spend time putting together video testimonials, sharing stories of the clients that we're serving. And so it's a really great opportunity to expose the community at large to that.
Well, and I think it's really just great, too, for all of the community to realize, you guys are here for everyone. When we're all going to get older sometime, and we're all going to have that loved one in our life we need some more information on. So to really have that, it's really big. Is there anything else that we need to talk about with the gala? Or?
Tickets are on sale right now.
Are they really?
They're available online.
There we go.
SeniorServicesPlus.org. There's a gala tab on the menu, and we'll close the ticket purchasing platform about May 23rd. So we've got a little bit of time, but we encourage everybody to get their seats and tables early.
What date is that again?
May 23rd.
And the gala is what date?
June 12th. Yes, Thursday, June 12th.
It's crazy that we're going to get to there so fast.
Yes.
What else do we need to talk about today?
Off the top of my head, I do have a group. I will pitch this. So if anybody in the area likes playing chess, we have the St. Louis Chess Club coming out to do a meet and greet on March 31st.
Is Ben Simon going to be there? Is that who does that?
I don't think that they are going to be there.
Okay.
But I've got a couple of people coming out. They're going to do a meet and greet with the chess group that has started at SSP. They're wanting more people to come in and play. A lot of people are like, I haven't played in a long time. I'm rusty, or I don't know how to play. So the volunteers are going to be coming out, doing a meet and greet, playing some casual games of chess, and then future meets will be for instruction. So there's a couple of people in the group who are really wanting new members new blood to come in and give them a challenge. But it's really casual. This isn't, anything to get nervous or...
Right.
But it's also a socializing event, too. So that'll happen March 31st, which is a Monday from 9 to 11. And you don't have to RSVP. It's free. You just come in and meet everybody. So.
Really cool. Yeah. Well, it's been great to get to catch up with SSP, and I'm really excited to hear all this great stuff coming down the pipeline. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. And thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
We are going to take a quick break, but I do have some developing news, so let me hit some music real quick, and that way I can just keep a little bit of take a little bit of a breath, and then we'll come back with it.
With my best old ex-friend Ray. Gosh, she said she knew well and sometimes hated. But isn't that the way they say it goes? Well,
we do have a national news update for you. The phone call per the Associated Press, which is our national news syndicate that we update you guys on. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky did have what was called very good phone call with Donald Trump on Wednesday. The pair discussed the preliminary agreement for that will be reached with the Russian leader that was reached one day prior. Here's what the president has to say. Just completed a very good phone call with President Zelensky of Ukraine. We were very much on track. And this is following that meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin just a few days ago. We'll have more for you on our national news feed, but that was just put out on the Truth Social account of the president just a few minutes ago. AP will have that here shortly, but more developments on a potential ceasefire agreement as those start to roll out, those preliminary steps to what they're calling that ceasefire agreement will continue to roll out in just a couple of days' time. You can stay up to date on RiverBender.com's Associated Press Wire. I'm out of time today. And I will, just see you tomorrow. How about that? Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and until Thursday, try your best to stay out of jail.